is Dr. Terry Richards of the ITDS department, and I want to speak with you for a moment about the Master of Science in Information Technology Leadership. The MSITL leadership degree prepares you for high-level positions within an IT department. IT leadership positions are the most senior executive positions within an enterprise. They are the people who work with information technology and computer systems in order to support enterprise goals, and they are the highest level of executive. And what it means to be an IT leader today is really different from what it was 20 or even 10 years ago. And that's because of the fast pace of change. The traditional way of managing IT initiatives is transformed from the model of leaders handing out the work and making of all the decisions for the organization into a workplace that's more empowered, where the workers make their own decisions, and in some cases, they make their own schedules. They run their own projects. In other words, they're more autonomous than they used to be, and IT leadership needs to adapt. So, really quickly, what are some of the leadership positions in IT today, the executive leadership positions? Let's talk about a few. The CIO is probably the most commonly known, Chief Information Officer, who's responsible for the day-to-day functioning of the entire IT infrastructure, the operations of the infrastructure. Some organizations also have a Chief Technology Officer, or CTO, who is, it's a position that's tasked with looking forward at emerging and trending technologies, trying to determine what should be adopted or considered or perhaps added to the organization's product line. They help with strategic planning and marketplace positioning. Now, the Chief Security Officer, or CSO, is the highest level executive who oversees the entire protection of the technology infrastructure. Then some organizations also have Chief Knowledge Officers, CKOs, not always, but sometimes, and those are the individuals who are the executives that get the organization's information into the hands of the right people, or what we call knowledge workers, and helps to organize, preserve, and distribute the knowledge or the organization's intellectual capital. And finally, a newer one now is a CDO, or Chief Digital Officer, someone who helps transform the organization into a more digital organization from what it was, along with overseeing things like the capture and distribution of big data, as Dr. Skippers mentioned a few slides back. So, what are some of the skills and abilities you need to develop and you will learn in the MSITL degree? You're going to learn to strategize with emerging technology in order to accomplish the goals of the business. You're going to help plan and develop organizational systems that can offer a competitive advantage to the firm over other, perhaps, competitors in the organization. You'll learn to navigate businesses and corporations around and through risks in IT, and you'll learn to be a confident leader. You'll need to help identify, integrate, and take advantage of emerging trends. As I mentioned, that the CTO is usually tasked with that. And you will also learn to analyze data that is captured by the organization for making decisions for the business, keeping IT in mind from an IT perspective.